Hello, all of you. This is Dr. Rituparna Ghosh, consultant clinical psychologist, Apollo Hospitals, Navi Mumbai. Today, I am here to discuss one of the very important aspects that is getting affected during this pandemic. Yes, our psychological well-being and mental well-being, especially of our children during this time, how we need to deal with them. We all know, as the lack of normalcy has set in and a new normal has come into focus, we all are going through a lot of crisis, stress, anxiety, and fearfulness, irrespective of our age, irrespective of anything. So, along with our physical well-being, we need to focus on our psychological well-being as well. So, the basic anxiety that has set in as of now, which we need to work upon, is that there are various stressors that are happening. They can be physiological, they can be psychological, emotional, social, behavioral. It depends. And at the same time, if you see, initially, we need to work on this anxiety. We need to accept the situation. We need to understand what we are going through, and we need to act accordingly. We need to stay positive, and that will help us to overcome this stressful situation. So now coming directly to the concerns we all are having in dealing with our children. If you see, children are facing a lot of issues during this lockdown. So what is happening? They have a developing mind. They have this too much of energy to meet their friends, to play, to study, and at the same time do a lot of fun-filled activities. Suddenly, this situation happened, which nobody of us was prepared. And that made all of us get into this anxious phase. Especially children are facing a lot of concerns because of this lockdown. So if you see, they are unable to go out because they have a risk of getting infected. At the same time, they are developing, minds are getting affected. There is a lot of disruption in their daily routine. And at the same time, they are also worried about us, like we are worried about them. So a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress is happening within them. And the problem is, with children, what happens, many a times they can express, many a times they can't. And we as adults at times feel that being children, they may not be into that stress that we face. It's not like that. Even they have a lot of stressful reactions. So it's very important as adults how we need to talk about the risk of infection with them. So what happens? First of all, we need to introduce this COVID-19 as a flu to them. At the same time, we need to explain them in simpler and clear terms. What is it? Don't threaten them. But at the same time, don't tell them also that there's nothing to worry. Of course, there is something to worry, and they need to know that. So explain them in very simpler terms, and also try to be sure of the fact that you don't tell things just before when they are going to bed, because that disrupts the sleep cycle. Two things you need to make a note of. We have very young children, we have older children. So with very younger children, what happens, they may not understand the actual thing that is happening outside in our external world, what the virus is and all the details related to its spread. But we also want them to enforce all the hygiene and self-care. So we can become those role models and tell them in a family setup that from today onwards, we are instilling some norms in our family, like hand washing. Whenever we are washing hands, we are doing it for 20 seconds. We are following some rules in the family, and everybody will follow that together. So that will also reinforce them to follow it according to you, as you are doing it. So set a role model, become a role model for them. For older children, for adolescents and teenagers, you need to explain them very, very clearly what the virus is, how it is affecting all of us. Because what happens with adolescents and teenagers, they have a tendency to defy what parents say at times. They go into that resentment mode. So if we threaten them, or if we tell them not to do things without giving them a proper valid explanation, they may withdraw, they may not listen to you, they may go into that argumentative mode, and they may just detach themselves from you, which I guess nobody will like. So you need to explain them the availability, that we all are here together, fighting this concern together, and we need to assure them that they are safe. But yes, at the same time, why they need to maintain all the hygiene. Also, one very important fact. The older kids may argue with you, why can't I just go and meet my friend who is staying just, beside my flat? You need to tell them that maybe it's possible you may not get affected by the virus, but you can be a carrier of the virus. So that way you may affect your friend. So staying inside your home, you are not only doing good to yourself, but to your friend also. And now when you are maintaining these precautions, it's good that in future you'll again will be able to meet them. We'll be able to talk to them. At the same time, what is happening right now, children can't meet their friends physically. Earlier, what used to happen when they used to go to school, attend tuition classes, they used to get those recess, they used to get those breaks wherein they exchanged ideas, they played, there was a lot of motor movements that happened. And there was a lot of sharing of ideas and interests that happened. Those things are not happening. At the same time, unfortunately, at times, they are getting involved into the familial fights and arguments that are happening inside the home because they don't have a way to go out and mix up with their friends. There's a feeling of missing out that's called FOMO that is happening among children. So we need to also check that they are always in touch with their friends. They can exchange their ideas with them. At the same time, they need to nurture creativity. With younger children, it happens. They have a lot of pent-up energy. And that energy, until and unless it gets displaced into a proper positive channel, it may come out in some disruptive form. So channelize their pent-up energy into positive things. Let them paint, let them draw, let them dance, sing, whatever they want to do after they are done with their studies or their online classes. Another very important thing I would like to discuss. Nowadays, we are getting a lot of information and complaints from parents that their children are becoming too much dependent on screen and TV. And that is actually adversely affecting their mental health and of course their physical health as well. So we need to restrict the screen time. We need to form proper time schedule wherein they can access their cell phones, the social sites, and they need to stick to that. We need to maintain a proper daily record for them. So wherein they can maintain the targets, how much they are working, what schoolwork they are doing, how much they are doing creative things, and that can be tracked every day or weekly according to your convenience. So these are the things which are very important to discuss regarding children in general. Of course, there are a wide variety of things that we can discuss maybe later, but these are the basic things we need to understand. Also, one very important thing. Sometimes we as adults need to become children with them. So instead of always trying to impose things, if we take that, role of becoming a child with them, play with them after you are also done with your working from home and all other chores, you can just talk, you can just play with them, you can spend time with them. I'm pretty sure they will like that. Also, let them help you in let them undertake some family responsibilities with you. Let them also discuss things with you. Let them feel accepted and responsible as a family member. So those things will also instill a lot of responsibility in them and a lot of family bonding in them. Not only right now in this lockdown time, but also later. So this was just in a nutshell to tell how we need to deal with children in general during this lockdown time. So we all know that this is the phase wherein we need to be positive. We need to be mindful, we need to relax, we need to stay fit, and we need to stay at the moment, enjoy the moment, be at the present. Because the more we focus on the present and work on ourselves, the more we can move positively with all our near and dear ones, and that will help us to overcome this pandemic. I'm sure we all can do that, not only for our children, for ourselves, and for the community. So stay safe, stay connected, spread well-being. Thank you.